Hi friends! This is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. This is Heart of the Woods Part 6. I'm doing it! I'm keeping up! Be proud! Poke the Totoro, see the other parts, do the other thing, and it's okay. Because guess what? I'm still here! So, last time, we followed Maddie after Maddie and Tara had a falling out. Sounds like Tara got some with Morgan, perhaps. Hopefully we revisit that timeline and what's going on with them, but it looks like we finally know who this other person is. Right here. On the left. That is the ghost lady. Don't know her name. But ghost lady. But finally met. So, yay, it's getting queer. But it's very interesting because Maddie had such a falling out with Tara that it kind of set up the stage, so to say, for Maddie to become more independent away from Tara, which is good, I guess. Anyway, let's actually just play. Load. We're in chapter 2. Your name. Say your name, say your name. With every step I take, I cast a glance behind me. I keep expecting to hear the crunch of snow or spot a flash of red hair as Tara follows me, but nothing. I'm alone. I hurry through the woods practically on autopilot. Less than a week ago, I'd never have set foot in the forest on my own, but now I already have a path to the clearing memorized. It gives me extra time to worry. What am I even doing? Everything about this situation is extremely not me. Heading off on my own into a dark forest without telling anyone to go meet up with a ghost. There you are! Even thinking the word ghost still makes my heart lurch. I've seen her with my own eyes, and yet I still am having trouble believing it. And I'm just trusting that she's not going to lead me to her lair and suck up my soul or something like that. Is that what you want, Maddie? I feel like Gretel, and I'm not even cautious enough to leave a breadcrumb trail. But still, I keep walking. I like the Foley footsteps there. There's something exciting in being on my own and doing something without Tara. I can't remember the last time I had a secret from her, at least not a big one. Not telling her about the ghost girl feels a bit like rebellion. I feel like I deserve something exciting that's on my own. She and Morgan can go do whatever they are doing in that room together. I doubt Tara will even notice that I'm not around. And even if she does, it's something that she needs to get used to. I've tried to show her how to cut a video or frame a shot lots of times. It's her own fault if she still doesn't get it. Just like it's her own fault that she's missing out now. I mean, yeah, but if you had not had the following out, you wouldn't have come across this girl. So, there's that. As I approach the clearing, I slow down a little. My usual trepidation overtakes me once again as I contemplate just how reckless this is. There's absolutely no guarantee that this girl isn't dangerous, that I'll walk out of these woods alive. Normally I chastise Tara for following her gut instinct, which dictates probably 70% of her decisions. Yeah, that's all I have to go off right now. The feeling that I'm safe with the ghost girl, and that she won't hurt me. I cross the threshold of trees and into the clearing, just like the other times. It's serenely quiet. Even my past footsteps are gone, erased by the wind or snowfall.
I'm here.
There you are. Somehow I feel like she already knows. The forest swallows my words, returning it to frozen, pristine silence. Oh, soundlessly she steps out from behind a tree. A small smile sits on her face, though her eyes are slightly downcast. She waves, meeting my eyes for just a moment before glancing away.
Hi there.
Or we're just hanging this till later.
Were you waiting for me?
We lock eyes again, and she nods, quickly, earnestly. Yes.
I hope it wasn't for too long.
She shakes her head and then she laughs. I'm not sure what the joke is, though.
What? What's so funny?
When she catches her breath, she bites her lip as she ponders. After a moment, she shrugs, looking apologetic. I guess explaining a joke through gestures would be difficult. She sidles up next to me and I fight the urge to step back, though I've decided to trust her. My instincts still belie all my nerves. But what she seems to be most interested in is the bag slung over my shoulder. She simulates opening the bag so she can see into it.
Nosy, huh?
Immediately she steps back, waving her hands in a frantic apologetic motion. Oh, I love her.
Sorry, I was just kidding. You can look.
She regards me like a timid deer as I hold the bag open for her to see. Inside are a couple books that I picked up from the village this morning. I'll hold up the first one, small and square and baby blue.
I got a really strange look from the person who runs the bookstore because of this one. It's a book of baby names.
Aww. Her eyes go wide, and she grasps at her belly, then points at me. It takes me a second to understand what she means. For some reason, I feel my face flush.
No, I am not pregnant. But I thought maybe you could use it to show me your name? If it's a name that would be...
Oh, that's brilliant! But before I can finish my sentence, she zoomed over to me. All sense of personal space once again discarded. That face. Oh god, she's adorable. I love her so much. She clasps her hands, a fiery look in her eyes, and hops up and down. Frankly, it's adorable.
Guess you're a fan. Okay, cool.
She eyes the book hungrily. She must have been really excited to share her name with me. It's a little exciting for me too. It's nice to see someone so happy about being with me. Aww. I fight to keep an overzealous grin off my face. Why? She's pouncing up and down beside you. Oh, wait. You're allowed to be happy.
Okay. Let's see.
I look around. Aside from the trees and snow, there isn't much. I wonder if there's something about this place in particular that the girl likes.
Is there somewhere nearby where we could sit down? It feels a little weird to just keep standing.
Finger on her chin, she ponders. Then she turns and points towards the woods, even further in. I can tell from the look in her eyes that she's uncertain. Swallow a lump in my throat. I've come this far after all.
Sure, that's fine. Lead the way.
Okay. She does so, but never gets too far from my side. Every few steps she glances over at me to make sure I'm still there. That feels a little backwards to me, but in a nice way. I don't really feel compelled to break the silence either. Of course, part of that is because any conversation would be one-sided. But also, she looks content, like she's just happy to be here. I am too. The silence doesn't feel vast and overwhelming like it has with Tara. It feels warm. For too long I realize what our destination is. This is the same path that Morgan took us down just a couple dusks ago. I recognize some of the more gratuitously warped trees.
We're going to that church.
Yeah. Eyes wide, she nods, probably surprised that I know of it.
One of the villagers showed it to us a few days ago. Me and my friend.
It feels weird to just call Tara my friend. Usually I'm talking to someone about Tara, they've met her. The girl just nods yet again. As we reach the edge of the trees, the church itself comes into sight. I look around for traces of that monster we saw days before. There are none to be seen. No snapped or toppled trees. No footsteps as deep as I am tall. Much like the girl beside me, there's no trace of its existence. I look over at the door of the church, where she's patiently waiting for me. Once again, I fight back my fears and hesitations and head for the door too. It's too late to turn back now. Hey! The door is still slightly ajar from our visit a few days ago. A thin trail of snow powders the entranceway, but otherwise the church is dry. It's still unnaturally warm. I wonder if it has to do with the girl too. For the way she walks, I can tell she's familiar with the place. She heads to the front, stopping just shy of the altar, but she turns around to face me. Being back here is a little unnerving, and I slowly approach her. Though she hasn't given me any reason to be suspicious, the image of those monstrous eyes is ingrained in my memory. But this time, there's no howling wind or earth-shaking footsteps, just the one girl waiting patiently. Aww. I give her a smile as I sit down on one of the pews near the front. It's hewn with stone, smooth and rigid. She takes a seat right beside me. Normally, being this close to strangers makes me feel uncomfortable, but with her, I don't really mind. Part of it, of course, is the fact that I can't feel her at all. But the other part is that just kind of pleasant to sit together like this. I hastily pushed in that thought in my head. She's a ghost. She is literally transparent and insubstantial. Thanks. I rummage through the book and grab a book of baby names.
Okay, so, first?
First. She bounces up and down with anticipation as I tear off the plastic cling wrap and stuff it in my tote bag.
Is the first letter early in the alphabet?
She nods and holds up one finger.
I. L?
Shakes of the head. She points to the index fingers together and then uses her middle finger to cross between them. A. A. Okay, got it.
Oh, an A.
Enthusiastic, nodding. I flip to first couple pages in the book right in the middle of the A's. First name I spot is Amber. Patiently, she leans over me and motions to go further back towards the start. I turn the pages slowly, giving her time to scan. On the very first page, she holds out a hand to stop and points. She's practically hanging over my shoulder to show me. Oh, that's adorable. I love that image.
Abigail.
Abigail. Of course you're an Abigail.
Your name is Abigail.
She gives the biggest, most radiant grin as I've ever seen as she nods. Her joy is infectious, and I can't help but smile.
Abigail.
Abigail. I repeat it, and she looks even more joyful. A beam of light breaks through the glass window, illuminating dust motes, and that made it look as if she's sparkling. We lock eyes, and I feel my breath catch in my throat. I look in her eyes. Pure, unadulterated happiness is something I've never seen before. They shine with tears. The good kind. The kind that brings out the color of her eyes. The radiant kind. I didn't know I could make someone happy like this. I quickly look away back to my now irrelevant book in my lap.
Anyway, Abigail.
Oh.
I had a couple questions. Is that okay?
She nods.
So, maybe this is kind of rude to ask, but are you a ghost? Or are you something else?
She closes her eyes and with a sad smile nods.
I'm sorry.
Not sure what the appropriate response to something like that is.
Then, are you from Eisenfeld?
Nod.
Do you know a girl from there called Morgan?
She shakes her head. That makes sense. I'm sure Morgan would have mentioned her before if so.
Have you, like, been a ghost for a long time then?
I cringe a little as I ask. Seems Goshi? Gauche. Alright. Although I'm not entirely sure what proper etiquette is for this kind of conversation. In answer to my question, she nods again.
Do you know how long?
A shrug. She holds up 2 fingers, then 2 fists.
200?
Oh. Shoo! Another shrug and a nod.
200 years.
I murmured to myself, it's like this belief. It could be more. I doubt she's been keeping track of every day. That must be depressingly lonely. Especially since she couldn't communicate her name to anybody. Like, what a gift, Maddie, that you gave her. The world out there, the world I came from, it may as well be another planet for her.
I'm sorry.
It's incomprehensible to me. Can't fathom that much time passing, unable to talk to anyone. How lonely that must be. She closed her eyes yet again. Though I've been interpreting her silence as serene, wonder if that's how she feels. These yes or no questions are practically the extent of what I can ask her. There's still such a gulf between how she is and what I know of her. Centuries worth of solitude.
In all that time, have you ever spent time like this with someone else?
Without opening her eyes or looking at me, she shakes her head again.
I'm the only one?
And I'm the only one. Sorry, take a reference. Nod. I fall silent too. My head still reeling. There are so many things I want to ask and want to know. How did she die? Why did her spirit stick around? Does she know about the thing we saw in the snow? Why am I the first person she's shown herself to? But there's no way she could answer, and even if she could, I wonder if she'd want to. Is it impolite to remind a ghost that they're dead? It's morbidly funny to me that these are the questions I have to ask myself. Tara would love this. Tara would... I pushed the thought out of my mind too. Tara's not here right now, it's just me and Abigail. Yeah, you're here alone with Abigail.
Would you like me to read that other book?
Her grin returns, the moment of melancholy dispelled. Seems I made the right call on changing the subject. I show her the cover before I crack it open, enjoying the new book smell.
This is a book I read a lot when I was younger. It's about a girl who wants to be a hero, so she goes on a quest with her best friend to prove herself.
Aww.
It's a little childish, I guess, but maybe you'd like it?
Aww. Abigail claps her hands and nods. I have a feeling I could read the dictionary to her and she'd be satisfied. But I don't mention that.
Okay.
I smooth the crease and open into the first page.
Once upon a time.
It's a story that I probably recite by heart. My mom used to read it to me when I was a little girl, and it's one of the books that I used to read. To learn to read. I can learn to read. I read good. I read not good actually, but that's because I got a person to the face during rugby, and thus now have mild-ish aphasia essentially. So if I mess up on words sometimes, it's part of my head hit. Have patience with me. I love you all. I appreciate the time you give me for word finding, and appreciate anything that you give for consideration when I either change the words because I'm reading something that finds different words that are similar, or I mess up with the words. It does take a lot out of me, to say the least. I've been trying my best not to say as much. For me is not, I don't know what in the world I'm doing. It's a word finding just sound. Trying my best to drop those and just let it be silence. It's hard. Alright. It's one of the books I used to learn to read. I was both surprised and excited to see that there was a copy in Innsville's bookstore. Got this. Settle into an easy cadence of reading. Though I'm not used to reading out loud, it starts to feel pretty natural after a couple pages. Like my mom used to. I give all the characters different voices. I don't have quite the range that my mom does, but Abigail seems to enjoy it all the same. She smiles and laughs at the right places. Makes my heart warm to see how much she's enjoying it. Her eyes are closed yet again, but she looks quite content. After I finish chapter 2, Abigail scoots a little bit closer and rests her head near my shoulder. I pause mid-sentence, surprised, but resume just a second later. Oh god, that's so cute! Though I can't feel her there, the sentiment is clear. I keep reading. Oh, that's adorable! Sometimes when I glance down, I can see that her eyes are open, reading along. Her lips mouth the same words I am. One time she catches me looking and blushes, but I just smile and continue going. After we finish chapter 4, I finally pause. My mouth is dry and my jaw is starting to hurt a little bit. I must have been reading aloud for close to an hour. Even though I stop, Abigail doesn't sit up or open her eyes. Her hand rests on my arm, and I set the book aside. Do ghosts need to sleep? There's another question I need to ask, but maybe at a different time. Right now, I'm happy to let her pretend. Quietly, I hum a song, something from the radio. A title I can't remember, but that's just always stuck in my head. What song could that be? And would that be a more nice melodic one, or like hippity hops? Anyways, I'm extremely off key, I'm sure, but I don't care. Just feels right. When I stop, she finally opens her eyes and sits up. As we gaze at each other, she mouths 2 words that I don't have to be good at reading lips to decipher. Thank you.
No problem. I hope you like the story.
Yes. First she claps, then she places one hand over her heart. I laugh. Flattered, but also a little embarrassed.
I think that's all I can do today, but we should read more sometime.
Yes.
If you want to, I mean.
I already know the answer, but she gives me an empathetic nod all the same.
Okay.
Emphatic. Emphatic. Fanatic? Fantafantic. Fanta? Okay.
It's a promise.
Good. She touches her heart again and I smile.
I should probably head back to the cabin soon. People will start to get suspicious if I'm gone for too long.
Abigail cocks her head like an owl. Curious.
I, haven't told my friends about you yet. It's sort of like our secret, I guess. And I want to keep it that way for a little longer.
Aww. She smiles in agreement. Aww. Aww. Once it starts getting dark, we say our goodbyes and part ways at the church. Same as when we first met. She watches me go until she vanishes from sight. As I head back towards the cabin, my head is swimming, or maybe drowning. Oh! Wait. Ah! Oh, okay, so there was a Got it. It's hard to think of anything but Abigail all alone in the middle of the forest for centuries. What's her story? I want to know, but I doubt I ever will. Yet I'm already looking forward to seeing her again, even though in the back of my mind I'm aware that Tara and I will only be here a few more weeks. It seems almost cruel, knowing that this is all so short-lived. If I were her, would I really have a few weeks of happiness just to lose it again, or never have anything at all? The question makes my head and heart hurt. The walk back feels like it goes on much quicker than my journey to the clearing and then the church. As I get close to the cabin, I can see that the windows are dark. Tara must be in town or out with Morgan somewhere. I wonder if she knows I was gone. My musing is interrupted by a sudden sound of footsteps in the snow. Oh, God, she's terrifying. The mayor steps out from behind a tree, just like Abigail did earlier.
Good evening, Madison.
Evening, Miss Mayor.
Where have you been?
I freeze. Her tone is sharp, and with no pretense of being conversational. The glare is even sharper. Does she even know about Abigail? About the forest spirit? Surely she would have mentioned it if so. My mind reels while I stall for time.
I was out for a walk in the forest.
I'm bad at lying, so I try to just tell her half-truths.
I can see that. Where did you go?
Around. I was just walking around. Needed the fresh air.
Alone? Where is your friend? Or my daughter?
Jeez. With each question she asks, she takes a nearly imperceptible step closer. I shrug, trying to look indifferent. I don't think it's working.
I'm not sure. Tara and I had an argument earlier. I wanted to be alone.
An argument? Regarding what?
Jeez. She's far too close for comfort now. Close enough that she can reach out and grab me by the throat if she wanted to. Still, I'm so taken aback by the nerve of her asking about my personal issues that my voice comes out stronger than I would have hoped for.
I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable talking about it.
The mirror regards me for a long moment. Her nostrils flare. Oh, she's miserable. I meet her gaze and don't look away, even though I desperately want to. I half expect her tongue to shoot out and taste the air like a snake. It feels like as if I can see her. Words trying again. Whew. Rewind. Reset. It feels as if she can see right through me. I'm almost certain that she knows I'm hiding something from her. More than just an argument with Tara.
I see.
Oh, she's miserable. She flips her hair and walks past me, heading into the forest.
Be careful, Madison. The woods are dangerous on your own.
Okay. Oh, that laugh. Stand there, heart in my throat, till the sound of snow under her feet fades into silence. Shuddering, I hurry the rest of the way into the cabin. Ugh. Maddie. Tara. Wait. What? We now get to see everything from Tara's point of view? What? Okay. Yes. Wait. Huh. No! Ah! One more time. Burst of light jerks me awake. I groan, getting ready to toss a pillow at Maddie and demand she turn the light back off. It's so bright, it hurts when I try to open my eyes. But when I do, I realize the light is coming from the window. It's not a window, I recognize. Uh-oh. Morgan is starting to stir next to me. Oh, there we go. An adorable little smile on her face. It's so cute that for a moment it distracts me from the fact that she's completely naked. Naked. It takes another second for me to realize that I am too. Yeah, you done things. Yup. We knew that this was coming, but here we are. An adorable little smile on her face. It's so cute that for a moment it distracts me from the fact that she's naked. It takes another second for me to realize that I am too. I yank the covers up to my chest to, cover myself. Memories of last night start to come back in bits and pieces. We'd been going over notes about something, and immediately I must have gotten a little flirty. But next thing I know, we're kissing, books are on the floor, I hear papers crumpling underneath my butt. Once I said yes, she couldn't even wait to get to the bed before she started undressing me. Phew. Get it, Morgan? Morgan was like, you. I got you. And yay, consent. And it's not that I'm complaining, but definitely not the last possible way I thought she'd respond. At least, now I remember why I'm sore. Woo! Hi. It isn't long before Morgan opens her eyes as well. The rest of her face doesn't move as she wakes up. She sleeps with the same blank expression on her face as she has when she's awake.
Good morning, Tara.
Huh? Her voice seems a little different. Softer, maybe? I have no idea, but it's kind of nice.
Hey, yeah. Good morning.
I cringe at the sound of my own voice. That was way too loud. I need to do a better job of keeping my cool.
How'd you sleep?
Better than I have in a long time.
Hey. I smile.
Although you do snore. Loudly.
I try not to let my smile break. I mean, she's right, but only when I lay on my back. I try to think back on the long list of awkward morning afters and pick up a good comeback, but everything grinds to a halt as soon as I feel her lips press against my side. Oh, face! Tara's not in. Tara's so surprised by this. It's just a tiny peck. The kind you give a cute fan, but she also blows a tiny puff of hot air onto my skin that makes me shiver. I can feel my face turning as red as my hair, and there will come back, and no comeback's not happening.
Tara, are you okay?
I need to say something to get back on top of this mess, but all I can do is stare down at her with those bright green eyes, the soft face, the messy orange hair.
Tara?
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking that, well, you're cute.
Smooth. Hey, I've had worse lines. I can see your face, but I think... I'm sorry. Hey, you're cute. Pull it together, pull it together, pull it together. Pull it together. Hey, I've had worse lines. I can't see her face, but I think I heard her chuckle or something like it. I should probably get up too, but I can't help taking a moment to stare. Maddie always gets on me for being thirsty, but I think I earned it this time. Her curves, her muscles. She's like someone asked me every last detail about what my type was, then turned her real. This village is a dream come true. My clothes are spread across the floor, and it takes me a minute to hunt them all down once I'm out of bed. Actually, that's how they usually are at home, too. I've got more important things than clothes to keep in my dresser. Morgan's already dressed. Wait, hold on. What do you have hiding in your dresser? If it's not clothes. Okay. Morgan's already dressed by the time I get everything together, with her hair back in its usual pigtails. Cute as they were, I kind of miss how it looked down. Oh.
Hey, so,
Also, for a split second, you saw the Taranormal poster. Can I have that poster? I really want that poster. If someone has GIF of that, I would love to make it. Because that's freaking awesome. Hey, so,
Is something wrong?
your mom isn't home, right? I'm pretty sure she won't be happy if she sees me coming out of your room first thing in the morning.
Oh, so they went to Morgan's place.
You made enough noise last night that she'd know anyway. I don't think she's going to do anything about it.
Okay. How old are you, Morgan?
Oh,
I feel like I'm burning up, but her expression is the same as ever. She's not even trying to be smooth, and she's better at it than I am. And I'm already really good.
great. Yeah, cool. Glad we don't have to worry.
I'm going to go make some coffee for us. That's my bra, by the way.
Morgan's so freaking, like, low-key cool. Just like, yeah, it's chill. No wonder it felt so loose. Oh, big titty, big titty, big titty. Mm-hmm. She's out of the door, leaving me to search for more clothing and think about the conversation Morgan and I are gonna have when she gets back. Oh boy. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a rainbow. Yay! Freaking awesome. Good job with usage there, Taranormal. That's really awesome. I'm still thinking about what I want to say when she returns with coffee, so already chugging hers down.
I usually make it strong, but I put plenty of cream and sugar in yours, so you should be fine.
Yay.
I normally take it black, actually.
I saw your daily routine video. I know how you take your coffee.
Ha ha. I didn't even know why I'm bothering with the usual cool routine at this point. I should just accept that I'm beat. Yeah, you are beat. I take a tiny sip of the coffee and nearly fall back down on the bed. Even with cream and sugar, it is the strongest thing I've ever tasted. She drinks this black?
Is it too much? I can put some liquor in it if you want.
Isn't it like 8 in the morning?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Yeah, of course, it's fine. Actually, Irish coffees are like one of my favorite things. So good. Ugh. Throw some whiskey in my coffee, make it good. Kickstarts that day. I sigh and take another bitter sip. The last thing I need right now is alcohol.
Hey, so I think we need to talk.
Sure. What about?
I'm not sure if she doesn't know or doesn't care about what I'm going to say, but the way she acted so far, I'm pretty sure it's the second one.
Look, you're a really great person. I really like hanging out with you, and I had a great time last night.
I know.
Smooth operator. Get it, Morgan. She needs to stop making me blush. I probably look the same way Mads does every time I try to introduce her to a cute girl. Okay, so you both are delightfully queer and have a shared cat, but you're not queer for each other. That's cool.
I just want to make sure we're clear on what that was all about. I don't want you to get the wrong idea.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not really the dating type, and I'm gonna be leaving in a month. I'm happy to do stuff like this as long as it's...
Tara.
Morgan. She doesn't sound frustrated or upset. If anything, her voice is softer.
We talked about this exact thing last night. You're cute, you're fun, and I really enjoyed having sex with you. But that's all this is, and neither of us expect or want anything different. You don't have to give me any excuses.
Okay. Blunt as ever, she takes another sip of coffee and I breathe a sigh of relief. All the worrying for nothing.
Great! Awesome, cool. Yeah, I'm glad that's settled then.
Yeah. I should feel relieved, relaxed, all that good stuff. With the rough part out of the way, I can go right back to being intrepid and charming as always. But you caught the feelings! So why do I feel like I'm the one who got let down here? This kind of thing shouldn't bother me, even if it didn't go that way. I'm used to. This is why I hate taking time to think about things.
So, did you make that sweater yourself?
Oh, I asked my wife. It's chevrons. Not not crisscross BB things. It's chevrons. Chevron sweater. Morgan's eyes widen at my question. Looks like I found a good way to move on.
I did, actually. My ex showed me how to knit a few years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. It's a nice way to pass the time. If you want, I could make you something to take home when you're done here.
Oh, but you can't do that. No. Well, make you something, not a sweater. You can't make the sweater. So apparently there's this whole thing called the sweater curse. So if you are dating someone and you start making them a sweater, you've basically cursed the relationship in that you can't, you will never finish the sweater before you break up. So you can't make a sweater if you want to be with that person. But you can make like mittens or a scarf. Taranormal scarf.
That'd be super cool. Everyone I know wears coats like Maddie's, or one of those big puffy marshmallow coats. I'm sure some hand-knit stuff would break the mold.
The fact that you insist on going investigating in nothing but a light jacket made me assume you didn't like coats in general.
Yup.
Maybe I was just waiting to get in on the hip wool fashion trend.
Hip wool fashion trend. Get it. I catch her smiling in between sips. Yes. Gay finger guns. She might act different, but I get the feeling that we're on the same wavelength for some things. I mean, obviously, since we ended up together, but still. Well, not together, of course, but... Oh, you're blushing.
I thought it was because of your shirt. You wear that same moon shirt in every vlog you do. I didn't expect it to be the same way in real life.
It was actually Maddie's idea, believe it or not. Something about having a visual brand for the sake of the show. I figured my winning smile would be enough, but... I mean, as long as people like it.
Point.
I didn't realize she was that invested in the show. I figured she didn't care that much.
Ouch. Hearing her mention how distant Maddie seems is a pretty painful reminder of how much things have fallen apart between us.
She used to be. Back when we started, she was a lot more invested in this whole thing. We've been inseparable since high school, and I figured she was really excited to keep that bond going strong.
That's pretty incredible. I don't think I've had any friendships that lasted more than a year.
Aww, poor Morgan. I realized that she hasn't mentioned a single friend since we got here. I guess claiming your cat talks to you probably doesn't score you points with anyone other than me.
Oh yeah, it's been like around 10 years or something. Don't tell her I told you this, but we actually met because we were both total goths.
I can totally see it. Ooh, oh my god. I can see it for Tara, but I can't see it for Maddie. How, Maddie? I'm just trying to think. Like, the black eyeliner and everything. I jump when Morgan suddenly bursts into laughter. I've only known her for about a week, and it feels weirdly unlike her. Probably because the most emotion she's shown since we met, and that includes last night.
I can't imagine Maddie walking around with raccoon eyes and dyed hair.
You have no idea. She was goth enough to put me to shame. Always talking about the darkness in her soul. Chilling with all other cool goth kids, calling herself Raven. It was great.
Raven!
You were part of a group? Do you keep in touch with any of them? I'd hope at least one of them kept the look.
My smile fades as I look away from her. She couldn't have known that asking that would bring back bad memories, so I don't blame her, but the memories are still there.
Really. Most of them stopped talking to me when I told them I was trans, and the rest bailed as soon as I started to actually transition.
Oh, you're trans. Yay! Ah, even more representation. Love it. Okay, cool. My wife was like wondering, and I was like, I didn't even think about that. I've never thought about that. But yay! Confirmed. Awesome.
Only one who really stuck up for me. Maddie.
That...
Really. Most of them stopped talking to me when I told them I was trans, and the rest bailed as soon as I started to actually transition.
Yay! Trans character.
Only one who really stuck up for me. Maddie.
That wording on that line is a little off.
Never forget that.
Morgan puts down her now empty mug. I'm not even halfway through mine.
I'm so sorry, Tara. I didn't mean to.
Nah, forget it. It's seriously okay. The whole thing is ancient history now.
Good. That's a lie. I feel a heck of a lot better about the whole thing now that I'm on my way. I'm doing better. Words. Apologies. Words. I'm a lot better about the whole thing now that I know I'm doing way better than any of them. I can tell Morgan doesn't buy it, though. Better switch up the subject.
Anyway, after that, the two of us were inseparable all through high school. We even picked the same college so it'd be easier to stay in touch.
Oh, that's cute.
The only time our friendship was ever on the rocks was... well, maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
I try not to grin when I see Morgan's eyes widen. Got him.
You wouldn't say that if you weren't going to tell me.
Touche.
Well, I don't know.
She leaves her mug on the table and moves closer to me. Definitely saw her smile for a second there.
The Tara I know would never pass up a chance to tell a story.
Get it.
Well, if you insist.
Oh, you guys are cute together. Oh, I love you both.
Maddie and I actually dated once, for a few weeks, back when we first started college. Everyone we knew was pairing off, so we figured we should try it too. It's our secret shame.
I was wondering if that happened.
I'm not surprised. You two would make a terrible couple.
Yeah.
Jeez, blunt much? You're not wrong, though. It nearly killed our friendship. Thankfully, we called it off and went back to being friends. We haven't had any trouble since.
Until now.
Until now.
There we go, Morgan.
Yeah, until now.
Oh. So much for lightening the mood.
I don't know. I guess her deciding to walk away from everything we built together doesn't exactly make me feel jazzed about our friendship.
Yeah, but she's allowed to move on.
Her having different priorities doesn't have anything to do with friendship.
Thank you, Morgan.
What, like going back to school? She hated school. So either that's some bullshit excuse, or she just hates working on Taranormal even more.
She was talking about coming back. Having real proof seems to have changed her mind.
Yeah.
And then what? She goes along with it for another few months and gets sick of it. I can't deal with that again.
I can tell I'm getting louder, but I don't care. I haven't had a chance to let any of this out since it happened. Morgan, of course, doesn't even flinch.
The thing is,
Now she's acting like she wants to be in on the action again? Am I really supposed to believe that she wants to commit to this?
I mean, that's a life-changing event you saw.
but she...
I'm not an idiot. It's not like I'm ignoring the fact that she keeps running off to the woods to be by herself. I'm supposed to just be cool with that?
Tara,
I'm so sick of all this bullshit. Maybe I'd just be better off without her.
Tara!
Ah! The jump as her voice drowns me out completely. This burst of emotion isn't funny. It's honestly kind of terrifying.
Stop. Just stop. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa!
You don't want Maddie to leave the show, but you're refusing to listen to her when she talks about coming back.
Ooh.
You don't want to lose your friendship, but you're freezing her out when she tries to make connections again.
Oh, thank you, Morgan.
I love your show. You know I do. But there are more important things in your life than talking about Bigfoot in front of a camera.
Yes. Holy, what was that? She just shot through all of my stuff. And some kind of forest-dwelling therapist. How am I supposed to respond to that? All I can do is sit back down on the bed and let it wash over me. She sits down next to me, takes my hand in hers. She gives a little squeeze, and I squeeze back. I can already feel myself starting to calm down. When Morgan speaks again, her voice is back to its normal flatness.
Talk to her. Tell her how you feel and what you need. You can't spend your whole time with me and expect her to feel appreciated.
Point.
I don't want to leave you out, though. You're the whole reason we're here. Plus, like, I really like spending time with you.
I do too. But we'll have plenty of time together. You're here for an entire month.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The word month makes me feel a little weird. A little ping in my chest. For some reason, I don't want to think about how temporary this is. Let go of her hand and take another sip of coffee. It's barely lukewarm now, and I consider just spitting it back in the cup. This definitely wouldn't be a good look, though.
Do you want me to take you back to the cabin?
I think I'm gonna do a little more investigating here first. Give myself some time to think about what I want to say to Mads.
Good.
That's a good idea.
Hey, first time for everything.
You know it is. She lets out a little laugh. It's not nearly as big as her earlier one, but it's really nice to hear it all after that heavy stuff.
I'll go set up shop then. Come see me when you want to ride back.
You got it. Hey. Nice ride.
You got it.
I love the finger guns. I stand and stretch, scanning the room one more time to see if I'm forgetting anything.
Wait, are those my panties?
Yeah, you're wearing mine.
I love it. I try to will myself not to blush, determined to not let her get one more fluster in.
Shit, sorry. I can change real quick.
It's fine. You can wear them. Just give them back when you're done.
My cheeks are burning again. So much for that.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I guess I'll see you later then.
You cannot play cool at all.
Sure. You know where to find me.
Without thinking, I lean forward and press my lips against hers. They're soft, somehow not nearly dried out by the cold air as mine are. Wait, why am I doing this? Jerk my head away, expecting to be met with an angry glare, but all I see is the corners of her mouth twitch up for a split second before she's back to neutral. Could it be right? It could be worse, right? Either way, it's definitely time for me to get out of here. I head for the door, but something stops me before I can leave.
Thank you.
Aww.
Anytime.
You guys are cute. I don't know what I'm thanking her for, and I'm not sure if she knows either. I'm out the door and back into the village square, doing my best to leave my confusion behind me. I've got more important things to think about right now. I gotta think about what I'm gonna say to Mads, tell her I'm sorry for being an idiot, and I don't want this to screw up things more than it already has. But as I think about that, I realize that I've got one more problem when it comes to her. If she finds out I slept with our host, she's gonna kill me. Oh! Morgan. We get to see Morgan? What? Morgan. The cabin comes into view. It's warm and casts a glow on the snow. I keep my steady pace. It's been a while since Tara and I talked. Things still aren't fixed. They've improved. She's getting Maddie's help filming now, but I can still see that distance between them. It doesn't help that Maddie keeps choosing to stay behind when we go to the village. Her excuses are always flimsy, but Tara doesn't push it. I'm not sure if she wants to. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I never expect this to be easy, but now it's gotten complicated in a way that I couldn't have predicted. I wish I could help, but I'm afraid after interfering any more than I already have would make things worse. Maddie still doesn't trust me, despite everything. I have to believe it's not too late. I need both of them fully committed before I can tell them why they're really here. What? At the cabin, I entered without knocking.
It again.
I've tried it like 6 times, Mads. I don't know what else you're expecting here.
Hello there.
They both look up from what they were doing. It's not a surprising scene. Tara's hunched over her laptop on the living room, while Maddie stands nearby, looking ready to hit her. I don't know either of them noticed me entering.
Hi.
Hey!
But Maddie seems annoyed at my interruption. Tara seems genuinely happy. Whether that's for the distraction or because it's me, I'm not sure. I walk over and sit down beside Tara, placing myself between her and Maddie.
Check this out.
She angles her laptop so I can see it and presses play on the video. There's some distorted noise, but the screen stays black.
What am I supposed to be looking at?
Exactly.
Maddie's trying to teach her how to do video editing. Somehow, exasperated, Maddie throws her hands up in the air and storms off into the kitchen, banging about the cupboards without actually doing anything.
This was the footage that we took the other night. Remember? With the spirit and stuff?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, well, it was totally fine a few days ago. We watched it 1 billion times, so you know as well as I do.
Probably got erased by Evelyn is what I'm thinking.
Right. It was perfectly visible then.
But now...
She plays the clip again. Nothing but noise. It's worthless now.
So what happened?
Beats me. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Maddie slams the cabinet. Particularly loudly.
What happened
What Maddie thinks happened.
is that the file got corrupted somehow. Either when you exported it or when it was transferring or something.
But it was working fine before. Seriously, ask Morgan.
She points at me. I wish she wouldn't bring me into this, since It seems like I'm taking a side.
The video did work before, yes.
Great, that helps us a lot.
Isn't there a backup somewhere?
This was supposed to be the backup. I thought I'd uploaded it to our server too, but I guess the Wi-Fi cut out, and that didn't actually happen.
Oh. Tara bites her lip.
That one's on me.
Oh. I'm expecting another sardonic reply from Maddie, but to my surprise, she sits down across from us and sighs.
Well, we can't change it now.
Nope. Seems that Tara's admission of guilt, even partial, helped her calm down.
Was that the only footage that was affected?
I didn't check. Can't see why anything else would be screwed up, though. We just got unlucky. Super unlucky.
Oh.
That's a bit of an understatement. Without that footage, we don't have anything to show.
I want to tell her that there was plenty more opportunities for filming the spirit and likely other equally remarkable creatures, but I know that she wouldn't believe me yet. Gilladura warned me this would probably happen, as if I hadn't already known, but Gilladura also didn't help my case at all, since she said she didn't know if she could trust them yet. I wish she would have told me that before I made a fool of myself in front of them both. Tara laughs, but it sounds forced.
Guess we'll have to take some new footage then. Morgan, you don't have any other mystical spirits sitting around that we could film, do ya?
Funnily enough, I do. Oh, just... By the way, yes, of course I do. I just smile, though, going along with the joke. For some reason, Maddie tugs at her collar and looks away out the window. Perhaps she's more uncomfortable around me than I thought. Or she's hiding a ghost.
Can I borrow your laptop? I'll see if I can move the file to my computer. And maybe salvage something.
That'd be good.
You really think that'll work?
No, but I'd like to try.
Good job, Maddie.
Sure thing.
She lifts the laptop over me and passes it to Maddie.
Thanks. I'll be in my room. Let me know if you need anything.
Woo. She leaves, taking Tara's laptop with her. She pushes her bedroom door. She doesn't close it all the way. Beside me, Tara places her hand over mine. It's not anything that Maddie would be able to see from her room. I'm not sure why Tara is so insistent on keeping our relationship a secret. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. No. With that, though, I'm gonna stop it here, because this has been a lot. I am looking forward to where this goes, and oh my god, Abigail is my favorite little sweetheart. Oh, it's heartbreakingly sad to know she couldn't even tell anybody her name for hundreds of years. Oh, that's breathtakingly lonely. Oh, man. Good job, Maddie, on being there for Abigail. Alright. With that, though, I'm going to stop here today. I love you all. Subscribe and stay with me because, you know, if you hit the button, then you can come back. And if you come back, we can do more of the hanging of the outs and all of the innuendo jokes, which is even better. I love you all. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!